The first attack was from a black woman. 80% of the artists that y'all following right now feel like I feel about the vaccine and are too afraid to speak on it.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Nicki Minaj is definitely breaching the matrix. I don't know where you've been. If you're living under a rock, you have no idea what's taking place right now. But Nicki has over 157 million followers on Instagram, close to 23 million on Twitter, saying stuff that the mainstream media, that the establishment, that the deep state, and that the global elites do not want people like her saying. We're going to talk about that as well. Last night, she went off on her Instagram live, going off on fans, going off on Black Lives Matter today, supporters in her stories on Instagram. She's coming out. Listen, I don't condone her music. I don't condone her lifestyle. I don't condone her foul language, but I do support her freedom of speech to say what she wants to say because we live in America and we have the First Amendment right. And it's interesting because she is being slandered. She's being attacked. She's been hailed as the queen of hip hop for a very long time. So it's interesting to watch this unfold, but we're going to get into this, play a couple clips, show you guys a couple things that are taking place and unfolding here tonight. But welcome to Drew Hernandez Live. We had to push back the show time. We're going to experiment with this for a couple days because of my schedule is constantly changing and evolving. Maybe we'll go back to 4, but 7, we're going to try this out for a couple days. So bear with us, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. My name is Drew Hernandez. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification, and toggle on the all selection right now, because if you don't, you will not get notifications. That's the theory. So please share this video far and wide wherever you could post a link, whether on your Gab, on Getter, Twitter, Facebook. Just get it out right now. Share it to whomever you can. And also, guys, if you'd like to support the show, we do super chats at the end of every single show. So if you would like to support the show, drop a super chat at the end of the show. That is how you can support me. We are supported by the people, we the people. That is you, the people. Or you guys can donate directly to my website. The link is in the description below. Those are one ways. Or go check out the merch store. The link is in the description. If you'd like to check out a t-shirt, buy one for yourself or your family, go check that out right now. So let's get into this, guys. Here we go. So Nicki Minaj is definitely breaching the matrix. I don't think people understand just how dangerous this really is. For the deep state, for the global elites, for those that are trying to keep intact the narrative, try and keep intact the millions of people that have a hive mind mentality, that worship Dr. Fauci, that don't question the CDC, that believe anything and everything anyone with a blue check next to their name on Twitter or Instagram says about the vaccines or mandates or COVID or you name it, okay? The propaganda is strong right now in 2021, and it's only getting worse. People thought that radio was dangerous. They thought that movies were dangerous. They thought that documentaries were dangerous. Now, with the big tech overlords over our heads, you're starting to see just how dangerous this really is. Now, the reason why I say this is because Nicki Minaj, like I said at the beginning of this transmission, has over 157 million followers on Instagram, 23 million followers on Twitter. This is someone that has a mass following, okay? Mainstream, that has accumulated a massive amount of wealth, Young Money, Lil Wayne. You guys know the empire, you know the glory, the story that she has. But the platform and the reach that she has on social media is not supposed to be used for this. Okay, this is so far beyond, okay? This puts serious fear into the deep state. This puts serious fear into the global elites, people like Dr. Fauci, the CDC. This is exactly why the White House reached out to her immediately upon her going viral saying these things because of her platform. She's very powerful. She says one thing. Listen, even though all the hive mind woke tards on her Twitter or Instagram may not even believe her or take her side, they don't want this even becoming a thing out in the world. The fact that she has the power to make this news within 5 minutes is exactly why we get censored, why conservatives or anyone that comes out against the narrative gets censored, because they don't ever want us to get to that type of position with that kind of following, which could happen. There are people in the conservative movement that have, maybe Candace Owens has like 4 million followers on Instagram, maybe a couple million on Twitter. That's nothing, bro. That is nothing. You think Candace Owens has a following? I don't know who else. I don't know, Ben Shapiro, the guys that are over 1 million, right? Yeah, that's a decent amount of followers. But in comparison to the Kardashian girls, in comparison to Nicki, in comparison to Cardi that have over 100 million, okay, that's what we're competing against. I'm not knocking Candace. I'm just trying to show you the comparison. There's only a select few that they allow to even scratch the surface with like 1 million followers on social media apps, on Twitter, on Instagram, right? And they just let them play in their little, their little sandbox. They let them play in their little echo chamber, and they allow them to exist. You see it on YouTube too. Now, people that probably should have over 1 million followers, people that get deboosted, people that get shadow banned, people who get their channels destroyed, their Instagrams suppressed. Why do they do that? Because they don't want their political opponents to ever rise to the same level that the left has through Hollywood elites like the Kardashians and like Nicki Minaj. You think that the radical left, they've hijacked Hollywood, they own the music industry, all those accounts you see with hundreds of millions, they're always saying the same things in unison, right? It's a matrix. They're literally in the matrix. It's all pre-scripted. They're saying the same things. They're all on the same wavelength with their hundreds of millions of followers. Why? To influence the minds of who? The millions of people who watch and listen to these people, right? They view them as gods. Now, the reason why I say this is because I do want to make that point. Like, this is why we are so shadow banned. Nicki Minaj proves that, at least to me. That's my own opinion, okay? This is not supposed to be happening. Someone with over 150 million followers on Instagram, the mainstream social media apps, coming out and vocally speaking out or expressing concerns against the jabs, against Fauci, saying these things that kind of sound like almost Alex Jones. So are you guys waking up yet? All right? They don't want this talked about because of the influence. It's all about the listener and the viewer and controlling that individual. Now, this is a total breach in the matrix. Listen, I don't know where you've been for the past couple days. I don't know where you've been for the past, a few hours. This has all been unfolding, but if you haven't been around, let's take a look at this. Let's get this up. This is just mind-blowing. Nicki Minaj endorses Tucker Carlson's monologue defending her against Joy Reid's vaccine bullying. On Wednesday, Nicki Minaj has continued to infuriate the establishment by openly talking about her concerns over getting vaccinated. It began with the star lashing out against Joy Ann Reid for trying to publicly shame her for wanting to do her own research. She has a kid at home and couldn't attend the Met Gala bash because of the vaccination requirements it entailed for entry. Now it's escalating even after Anthony Fauci of the Biden administration tried his hand at reprimanding her. Of course. Within the past hour, Trinidadian rapper and international sensation Nicki Minaj agreed with the commentary of Tucker Carlson on Fox News over her dispute with the media over the topic of the jab mandates. I'm sure you've seen this viral video. Tucker Carlson defending Nicki Minaj's right to freely say what she wants to say. There's the video. There's a transcript here I'll read. In the tweet itself from Minaj, she simply shares an emoji of a dart hitting the bullseye of a standard issue target. There it is. This is a tweet. It's still up. She didn't retract it. It's still there. Here's what Carlson said. Even though he's fine, it's Nicki Minaj's cousin, allegedly. It's Nicki Minaj's cousin's friend's testicles who are swollen. This is what she was tweeting, right? Just bizarre tweet about the vax consequence. I'll leave it at that. Allegedly, okay, for YouTube. Allegedly. Say that multiple times. Allegedly. Possible side effects, allegedly. Nicki Minaj's cousin's friend's testicles who are swollen from taking the vax. That's the claim. But it's not anything to do with the physical effect of the vaccine that makes our political class mad. It's the last part of Nicki Minaj's tweet that enrages them. The part where she says, you should pray on it, make the decision yourself like a free human being, and don't be bullied. So our media and public health officials didn't like this because they make their livings bullying people. So they couldn't let it stand. The situation in itself seemingly soured Miss Minaj to the so-called mainstream media reporting on her, but the replies to Minaj's tweet are of sheer panic that she's approving of what Tucker Carlson said on his show. Now, take a look at this. This is the tweet, and I want you guys to see the hive mind, the woketards, the radical left. They cannot compute what is happening here. Not only that Nicki Minaj is challenging the Lord and Savior, the God right now, Dr. Fauci. Not only is she challenging that in the mainstream narrative, and she's literally going in the opposite direction of the mainstream, but she acknowledges Tucker Carlson and his defense of her publicly on Twitter. There it is again. There's the tweet. Bullseye. She agrees with Tucker Carlson's assessment of what she's saying and her right to freely do it. Tucker Carlson is defending Nicki Minaj. Okay? Now, look at people's responses. They're posting, the Kardashian mother, the cry meme. We post in Fox News now? Here's another one. Oh, no, not Tucker Carlson. Here's another one. Someone asks, can you explain why? I don't know who he is, and I've seen a lot of hate comments about him. Immediately, someone responds, he's a white nationalist reporter with Fox News. He's extremely known for spreading misinformation. He was one of the first to say that the jab was a, I quote, hoax, unquote, YouTube. He's a horrible effing human being. It's like, this is how these people respond to people asking questions. Let's say that's a genuine question. Can you explain to me why don't we like Tucker Carlson? And that's the answer right there. He's just an effing horrible human being. Well, why? No explanation. Tuckums is not your friend. Careful there. Yes, do your research. Apply common sense. Choose life. Trust science. P.S. Love your music. Some people in support. Some people reposting memes, but you could see if you scroll down, there are hundreds of comments of the hive mind not understanding, let's take this down, or comprehending what she's doing. And it's pretty ridiculous. It's pretty sad, but I mean, is it a surprise to anybody? And I'm going to explain my opinion on that as well. So Nicki Minaj, last night, she took to Instagram. She did about a 15-minute Instagram live video, a backlash towards her woke hive mind fans and followers that cannot comprehend that she's speaking for herself. Pretty much everything that they want. A powerful, independent black woman speaking for herself. No, she gets attacked. Why? Because she ain't saying the right things. Same thing with Larry Elder. He's not the right kind of black for us. Shut him down. That's what they do. I'm just observing their behavior. So Nicki Minaj was very aggressive last night. This video has over 2 million views on her Instagram. You could only imagine why, but here are a few clips, and I just want you to listen to what she's saying, some of the points that she's trying to make. Take a look.
Listen, peep this. The first attack was from a black woman. 80% of the artists that y'all following right now feel like I feel about the vaccine and are too afraid to speak on it. And guess what they're doing right now? If they assassinate me and assassinate my character.
Whoops. Sorry about that, guys. Let me replay this. Hold on. Let me replay this real quick.
Peep this. The first attack was from a black woman. 80% of the artists that y'all following right now feel like I feel about the vaccine and are too afraid to speak on it. And guess what they're doing right now? If they assassinate me and assassinate my character and make me look crazy or stupid, guess what? No one else will ever ask questions again. Don't you see what's happening? And y'all sitting around f***ing laughing? You think I would f***ing come out my... I see why a lot of celebrities keep themselves bubbled up. You understand? The uproar about someone saying, hey guys, what vaccines did you use? Hey guys, I'd like to, wait a little bit. Just like so many people in America are doing right now. And it bothered me when I spoke to my family in Trinidad. And they said, right now, if we don't have the vaccine, we can't work. Like, did y'all just hear what I said?
So she's clearly speaking about her family. She's speaking about those who are close to her. And she's on Instagram Live. You see the comments and the response. People are calling her an Uncle Tom, all kinds of stuff, the same thing. The radical left with the racial slurs against a black person that doesn't follow suit. Okay? And she's making the claims that this is what she claimed, that 80% of Hollywood, 80% of musicians that they all love probably feel the same. That might be true because a lot of black people do not want the vax. I don't know. But they're afraid to come out because they know they'll get canceled. They'll get destroyed. They'll get targeted. They could lose their entire empire of wealth and fame and glory and everything. But I think the main thing here for Nicki is her family. Like I said, I don't condone her music. I don't condone her lifestyle. I don't condone anything like that. I only will support her right to free speech. And in this situation, I think it's very clear that she's bringing up her family. Trinidad gives her a call and says, we may not be able to work anymore if we don't get the vax, if we don't get the jab. This is where this is going. This is what it's going to take for people to wake the hell up. And I've been saying this for months. I've been saying this for years. It's not until you are living on the damn street with nothing, when you are the new class of poverty, the absolute lower class. It's not until you end up out on the street and you have nothing to feed yourself with, unless the elite, the top class, there's only going to be two classes probably within the next 20 years in the United States of America, the elites and those in poverty, because they want socialism and they want communism. That's how it works. There ain't no middle class. But her family's getting involved now, so now the Hollywood elites are starting to see what's happening around the world. Not only do they not trust it for themselves, but she comes out and she attempts to speak and share her own opinion about not taking something that she does not want in her body, and she gets canceled. Even Dr. Fauci came out and criticized her and said Nicki Minaj should think twice before tweeting something like that. Just making black people look stupid, right? But nobody says anything, right? Because it's not a right-winger. Nope. If it fit our political agenda, oh my goodness. You know how easily they would spin something like that? But they don't, and we all know the hypocrisy. And it's funny because you see all the woke-tards just losing their minds. That Tucker Carlson has the audacity to defend Nicki Minaj's right of free speech. It's like, dude, he's defending her. My wife was just saying this. He's defending Nicki Minaj. Holy crap. It's not like Tucker Carlson said something and she agreed with it and then she reposted it. No. Tucker Carlson was defending Nicki Minaj. She reposted someone defending her and they still can't comprehend that. It's like, bro, holy crap. Hive mind. It's a hive mind. These people have a cult mentality. They've been programmed. NPCs. They cannot comprehend how the matrix has been breached. It's not in their software. It's not uploaded. It's not there. Can't connect it. They're not meant to see this. Nicki Minaj is not supposed to be doing this. That's why you see millions of people, they cannot understand it. Like, at all. And anything they throw at her just doesn't make any sense. Tucker Carlson's a white nationalist. How dare you repost him? He was defending her. Holy crap. It's that bad, guys. It's that bad. The hive mind has no idea what to do with her, calling her an Uncle Tom, calling her all kinds of racial slurs. We've seen that done to Candace Owens, Brandon Tatum, all the conservatives, right? We've seen that. With Larry Elder, that's a freaking given, right? But this is taken to the next level. This is someone with over 157 million followers on one social media app alone, okay? The fact that this is being watched is bad news for the deep state. The fact that this is now being put on display for millions of people to observe, okay? They don't want this. These are not the optics that they want because it causes people's heads to turn and start to ask questions. Aside from why she doesn't want the jab, aside from what she claimed about her cousin's friend or whatever happened to his testicles, aside from that, Twitter turning around, censoring Nicki Minaj, bro. Nicki Minaj. You think you're safe, kid? You think you siding with the left? You think you ain't got a following? You're nobody. Listen, I tried telling people the possibility of Donald Trump being censored on social media is very real. It happened. Okay, people are like, well, obviously, okay, he's on the right. It makes sense. It's gonna happen. That's what people think on the left, right? They've been convinced that that's okay. Nicki Minaj, bro, how much more powerful can you get? How much more wealthy, the star power, the fame, the glory, like, my goodness. Censored on Twitter. The hell you think you are? Is Nicki Minaj like a Candace Owens? Is Nicki Minaj some kind of right-wing, what they would call Uncle Tom? That's what she was so aggressive against last night. Y'all calling me Uncle Tom? What the hell? What makes you think I would just wake up one day and decide to start siding with these people? No, this is what's happening. There's a lot of truth that's gone out about the jabs that has been spinned and called conspiracy, okay? And millions of people, because the left controls the narrative on big tech on television with hundreds of millions of followers. And you guys, this is very powerful stuff. Millions of people believe it while suppressing and demonizing and slandering anyone that's bringing up any genuine scientific information about the jab. Okay? That's been coming out. What's beginning to happen is this. A lot of that stuff that they've been suppressing about the jab and COVID, some of these Hollywood elites are having to deal with now. Some of these Hollywood elites with massive platforms are having to, this is hitting home for them now. And it hit home for her family. And so she came out and she's speaking out against it, saying, hey, I think I'm going to do some more studying. I don't really want this. I don't really trust it. That's not supposed to be, not just that she's saying it. and posting it. But the fact that she's thinking it in front of millions of people, that's what it is as well. It's not supposed to be happening. A total breach in the matrix. This is very bad for the deep state. But I think humanity is going to wake up. I pray humanity watches. I don't know, bro, because there are millions of people out there that have been pre-programmed. The software has been downloaded. I mean, I don't know I think it'll come down to you living out on the street with nothing, being controlled and being dictated over by these people for you to just finally wake up and your opinion to change at this point. That's my opinion with what happened in California and Larry Elder. People didn't get my tweet the other day. It flew right over their head. I tweeted the other day that many Californian Democrats and leftists told a black man no during the recall. And people were turning around and said, no, it wasn't fair. It wasn't fair. It wasn't done fairly. It was taken from Larry. I was like, bro, whether it wasn't a fair election or done fairly for Larry or he won genuinely, they're still telling a black man no, bro. That was my point. It's the Democrats and the left that are still telling a black man no. Whatever your opinion is on the election, whether it was fair or not, it's still the same thing. They're telling a black man no. It's just crazy. Sometimes I tweet things and it just like flies right over people's heads, even conservatives. I'm like, man, come on, guys. It's like, how did you get that out of what I said? But the point I'm trying to make is this, that Nicki Minaj she has breached the matrix, man. Like whether people are going to believe it or not, people are turning their heads and they don't want that. They don't want this shown at all. Whatever her reason is for not taking the jab, but even her being censored is very problematic for these people because it's starting to show what's really going on here. And I've told people this from the very beginning. And before I get into this, I want to show you guys, she was even taking shots at BLM supporters. On her Instagram stories earlier today, here's one of them. I loved this today. I was like, man, she's more based and has more freaking balls than some establishment rhino Republicans. Take a look at what she posted earlier. Let me pull this down. Sorry about that, guys. I should have done this earlier. I blame myself. So she posted this on her story earlier, and this was her account on Instagram. It's still up right now. Y'all gotta stop pretending to love people with backbones. If Malcolm X were here, he'd be asking questions. And most of y'all that holler Black Lives Matter and protect black women would be telling him to shut up and fall in line. Y'all say these people's names, but embody the spirit of a coward. That is one of the base things I think said in 2021 so far. And it's not just because of who she is. It's not because she's black, but because she's pushing back against something that is, she's exposing the hypocrisy on a level that is pretty big. Her Instagram is 157 million. This has to be at least viewed. Her freaking story, at least, bro. 157 million? Bro. At least 10 to 20 million people saw this. That is stuff that these people are afraid of. People seeing this stuff. These are people that will never watch Candace Owens. These are people that'll never watch Brandon Tatum, never watch PragerU, never watch Drew Hernandez. These are people that will never. They've been so brainwashed to just see it, turn it off immediately because they're liars. Okay? The reason why I'm calling this a breach in the matrix is because there are millions of people that viewed this story that will never see something like this said against Black Lives Matter, probably in their lifetime. I'll just leave it at that, man. without reading some kind of article that's slandering Candace Owens for saying something like that. You know what I mean? That's facts. She's calling out Black Lives Matter supporters for being cowards because they're all attacking her. She's everything that they claim to want. An independent black female that's powerful and successful, but you don't think right? Gone. Gone. And it's sad. But, like I said, this is a breach in the matrix. This is not supposed to be happening. But what does this mean? What does this all come down to? Why is this happening? I'm going to tell you guys. Let me tell you why this is happening, okay? I've been saying this for a very long time. This is not about left. This is not about right. This is not about conservative, okay? This is not about liberal or left-leaning ideologies. This is about global control of the people. They don't care if you're a leftist. They don't care if you're a Republican. They don't care. None of that matters to these people that are in power. All that matters is that you fall in line with their narrative, and what they say goes for the millions of people through Hollywood, the music industry, radio, social media, you name it. It's all laced together, and you know it. It's all laced together. All of it. All of it. Education, the list goes on. Politics, you name it. Whatever they declare is the approved or pre-approved narrative for all of them to be on the same wavelength for, you're okay. You're okay. You're okay. We'll let you have 157 million followers on Instagram just as long as you are staying away from anything that we have declared off limits. We'll let you. And even in Hollywood as well. We'll let you sell millions of records serving Lucifer himself. We'll let you do everything you want just as long as it goes along with our pre-approved narratives. You deviate from that, gone. This is what this is about. So we will see. Listen, I'm going to make a prediction. I'm not a prophet, but I believe Nicki might get Kanye'd. Okay, they might try and make her look like she's mentally insane or incompetent. Maybe they'll get to one of her family members to jump on CNN and start to say, you know, I have dealt with Nicki, and no, you know what they're going to say? This is what they're going to say. I'm going to say it right now. For those of you that have listened to Nicki Minaj in her early years, what was one of the main traits that she had in her music? It was like a multiple personality disorder. If you listen to, she has alter egos. She has multiple personalities that come out in her raps. I guarantee, and it's all theater. In my personal opinion, I think it might be demonic possession. I don't know. Because she says sometimes she, has, like this alter ego and character that comes over her. She named it. Does anybody know in the comments? What did she name her alter ego? I think she called it a boy. Some kind of male that comes upon her and starts rapping on her behalf. She said it happened to her on that song with Eminem. I think it was like Dragons or something like that. I remember, okay? This is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they will probably reach into her career and her past and take something like that and try and declare her to be mentally insane or incompetent. Oh, that's just Nicki's mental illness speaking, just like they tried to do with Kanye. That's just a crazy black guy. Don't listen to him. That's just a mentally ill black guy. Don't listen to him. It's just mind-blowing that these people get away with this stuff. They'll probably do it to Nicki next. That's just a crazy black woman. She's mentally ill. She has multiple personality disorder. Don't listen to her, guys. Watch. I'm just going to... Roman. There it is. Roman. There it is. Roman's Revenge. Roman. That's what I guarantee you guys, they're probably going to reach back into her past and say that she has multiple personality disorder. Obviously, she says that these multiple personalities come out in her raps and you can't trust in her. She's obviously mentally ill. And they'll probably get some family member or someone to jump on CNN and confirm it, just for the millions of all the hive mind woketards right now. They're all like, oh, and then they'll see it come out and they'll be like, That's what's going to happen. Watch. I'm just predicting. I think it's demonic, okay? But I guarantee you the left will probably take that. No. It's not just Beyonce. No, it's not just Beyonce. Sasha Fierce. That's Beyonce's alter ego. It's Nicki Minaj too. It's her too. Trust me. I know my hip hop, bro. It's Nicki Minaj too. Go Google it later. You can find it on YouTube. I guarantee you they're going to reach back into her past and try and say that she's mentally ill or something like that. It's not just Beyonce. It's both of them. I specifically remember Nicki Minaj talking about that. Huh? Yeah. I just thought about that right now. I guarantee they're probably going to try and pull something like that off on her. But why? Because she is literally going against the narrative. Period. That's it. She's just going against the narrative because she believes something that differs from the pre-established narrative. So we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens, how she gets treated. Apparently she's been invited to the White House, or the Biden administration reached out to her and requested or offered to have a meeting with her and Dr. Fauci. And I think, was it the Surgeon General, top Surgeon General? And she was saying that they asked her, would you like to do it private or public? And she said public. And now they're just kind of like, okay, we'll get back to you. It's very sus. It's weird things going on. We'll see if it actually happens. We'll see if she has a meeting with Fauci and she comes out of there a believer in the jab somehow. I don't know. You know, we'll see. I don't know. I don't really have my hopes too high for Nicki Minaj because I do believe she's involved in some occultism and Satanism in her music. I think that's very clear. But I do believe that this is a moment that we have to highlight right now. Because you're seeing the deep state establishment, global elites turn around on one of its own. That needs to be highlighted. That needs to be shown. And that's why I wanted to do this episode. And not just one of their own. You know, this is like someone at the top. Nicki Minaj is freaking huge. You show me how many other people have over 150 million freaking followers on Instagram, bro. This is pretty big. This is big. This is big stuff right here. So the world needs to pay attention to it. And they don't get free speech. They don't get free speech. Even someone like Nicki Minaj gets censored on Twitter, bro, for thinking and speaking the wrong way. Is it because Nicki Minaj is some kind of is she some alt-right black face of white supremacy? Come on, dude. How long have y'all been listening to Nicki? And I'm talking to leftists in here that may have trickled in from my Twitter. How long have y'all been listening to Nicki? Since when has Nicki been some kind of right-wing what? She may have said some things in the past that may have been, that may sound conservative, like things here and there, maybe. But really? You really believe that? Because I've seen some people in the comment sections, she's just working with the right now. And it's like, dude, really? That's a stretch. That's a stretch. You think someone that is on that freaking pinnacle is willing to possibly lose everything over this? For what gain? What do I think it comes down to? And why do I think Nicki's genuine about what she is concerned with about the jab? Her family. That's why I think this is real. This is why, because her family. You can't question the establishment. You can't question the left. You can't question the narrative. You can't. Even if you're Nicki Minaj. But I'll say this. She definitely has more balls than most establishment Republicans to just come out and put it all on the line like this with such a massive platform. She could lose everything. She could be demonetized. She could be taken off of social media. If they did it to Trump, they already censored her on freaking Twitter, bro. These people will go. It doesn't matter. You may think you're on the right side if you're on the left. That's not what this is about. Because you may wake up one day and be like, I don't want to do something against my will, but the left is saying you have to do it. And the moment you say, I don't want that, right winger, white supremacist, but I'm black, blackface of white supremacist, conspiracy theorist, they destroy you. It's about power and control. It's not about left or right. It's about power, authoritarian control. That's where we're at. Why do you think so many people get shadow banned and deboosted on the right or conservatives or anyone questioning the narrative? Why? Because they don't want someone getting such a massive platform someday that has the ability to influence and wake up the masses like she does, like Alex Jones did. You see? They slander them, they discredit them, they destroy them. And isn't it funny? I want to point this out too. Isn't it funny in her Instagram live? What does she say? The first person to attack me was what? Wasn't a white man. Wasn't a white woman. What did she say? It was a black woman. She believes the reason why it was a black woman that came after her was because it would be bad optics for the left if they had a white do it. Even that's racist, bro. Like, it's just like, you know, it's crazy. I always say this, you know, but the fact that the black woman was willing to just go and do it, it's just sad to me. I was saying the same thing on the last podcast about Larry Elder when the black guy was turning around saying, he can't do anything. He's turning his back on his people. When Larry Elder got attempted to be egged, he can't do anything. He's turning his back on his people. What does he think he's going to do? He can't do anything. It's just black people just hate each other. Oh, I don't get it. I still do not know every single freaking thing I cover, from statistics of black on black crime and violence in Chicago. The list goes on, all the way through Hollywood, news, political commentators. You just see it. They turn y'all against each other. They get you to do their bidding against your own people. That's what they do. And even Nicki sees it. And maybe she's right. Oh, we can't have a white guy go after Nicki. We need a black person. Go get us a black girl to go after Nicki. Like, damn, dude. Holy crap. I don't give a damn where you work, whether you work in news, at a car dealership, in education, anywhere. If that's how business is done, that's racist. We need a black person for this specific job because the optics might be bad. We need to protect ourselves and shield ourselves from the accusations of racism. So we need a black person up here right now, front and pronto. It's like, wow. I understand how some right-leaning organizations might have to like live like that because the left is just crazy and like blames everything on white supremacy. But I mean, I don't know, man. What do you guys think? What do you think in the comment sections below? You think I'm right? If you guys agree with me, drop a 1 in the comment section. I want to hear what you guys think about that. You think that's right? You think that's a little off? Pure useful idiots. The last thing I'll say about this before we do some super chats is this about the Nicki situation. I support Nicki Minaj's right to freedom of speech. I said this earlier. I do not condone her lifestyle. I do not condone her music. But I support her right to freely speak in this country based upon the First Amendment, our God-given rights, right? But what I will say is this. Nicki Minaj, you are part of the problem. You fed this monster because you've been a part of the global elite. You've been a puppet. You've been a useful idiot through your music, through your rhetoric, through the occultism, the debauchery, the Satanism, the imagery, adding to the decline, adding to the absolute decay, moral decay of our society. okay? Adding to the depravity of the United States of America, I will say Nicki Minaj's music does just that. You have created this monster. You fed it. You thought that you were a part of it. You thought that you would be safe from it, possibly. And now this monster is turning around and attempting to eat you alive. So on one end, Nicki, I support your right of free speech to say what you need to say. Repentance is there. It's, as of right now, it's never too late to just wake up and, start fighting with the good guys. I'll leave it at that. But at the same time, I really hope that you wake up to the reality that you have fed this monster, created this monster, you've built this monster, so now you got to deal with this monster. And I don't think there's any turning back for Nicki Minaj after this. I don't. They are not going to give her a pass. I think they're going to destroy her. But at the same time, Nicki Minaj literally fed this monster. Now she's got to deal with it. I support your right to free speech, but you've built the monster that doesn't support your right to free speech, obviously. And I think many, many, many Hollywood elites are going to start to see this as well. I hope. The useful idiots will get discarded immediately when the time is right. Listen, when you study Mao, when you study communism, when the communists took over China with Mao, the revolution with the youth, the young people, going after their parents, going after their own educators. They had influencers. They had those that had the biggest platforms at that time continuing to influence the youth and the culture. Useful idiots. Those people that are educators or church members that get on board with the communist agenda, whoever has a mass platform, they will use to push their messaging to influence the hive mind even further. When you study history, the moment the new regime is installed officially and the authoritarian government comes in, who are the first people, apart from opposition, that get slaughtered or thrown into gulags? The so-called revolutionaries on the ground and those that had mass platforms that helped them. The useful idiots. That's a historical fact. And Nicki Minaj, you would be classified as a useful idiot, someone that has been used to push this Marxist, depraved, godless agenda for years. And now it's coming after you because you have deviated from the narrative. What do you guys think about that? You guys agree with that assessment? Drop a 1 in the comment section below. Am I wrong? Am I right? I want to hear what you guys have to say. Thank you guys for joining me tonight, even though it's a little late. I might have to push back the show like this a little further moving forward now. Maybe I'll go back to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard, but we're going to do some super chats, guys. So if you guys want to hang out and ask me some questions about what's going on, this is how you guys could support the show. This show is not supported by any network. This show is not supported by any entity other than you, the people. So if you guys would like to support me, obviously we're extremely shadow banned and deboosted on this channel, so it's hard for us to monetize. So the way you could support me is through super chats or donate directly to my website. The link is in the description below through PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App. Just click the link, send a little donation or whatever, and you can ask a question in the app, and I'll read it on air right now, just like a super chat. Or go cop a t-shirt right now. Go cop a t-shirt right now. The link is in the description below. We have all kinds of merch for men, women, all that good stuff. Thank you guys very much. Or consider becoming a monthly, I think it's like $9.99 or something like that a month on this channel, the membership section of this channel. Shout out to the DH Alliance for those who have. Thank you guys very much. Let's get into some of these super chats before I let you guys go. Thank you guys. I think we have a couple here, right? Yeah, here we go. We have a couple super chats right here, guys. Thank you guys so much for the support. I truly appreciate it. especially during these times of demonetization and being deboosted and shadow banned. It sucks. Alrighty, we have a couple super chats here. We have one from Survival with the $5 super chat. We salute you. Survival says, I want to do a shout out to American Dystopia on YouTube. Check him out. He's another conservative streamer. He has great content and humor. Thank you, Survival. We have 2 super chats from Stevie Capone. One $10 super chat and one $5 super chat, $15. Stevie, we salute you. Thank you so much for the support. Stevie says, I've always been a Nicki fan. She didn't back down from the woke mob, and she stood her ground. I really hope a big portion of her 22 million Twitter followers wake the hell up for real. So do I. So do I. But propaganda is very powerful. Very powerful. Here's my personal opinion. I think it's a lot easier for her to influence millions of people into the lie than it is for her to influence millions of people into the truth with her following. The reason being is because propaganda is very powerful. There's spiritual things going on. The Bible says the God of this age, Lucifer himself, little g, has blinded the minds of the unbeliever in this world. The saturation is just so powerful. This is like decades of work. Software downloads, turning these people into NPCs. I think a lot of people will wake up. I think people are saying like, wait, what? Huh? They'll do some research and maybe come out of it. But, you know, it's better that this is happening than not, right? This is why I wanted to do this show. It's better that this is happening than not. But I do believe that it would be a pretty hard task for her to unlock the minds of millions of people that she's destroyed. So we have another super sticker from Latin Patriot. Oh, excuse me, Stevie Capone. Stevie Capone has one more super chat. Stevie also says, it's great seeing you on the live streams again. I'd really like to collaborate with you on a video on my other YouTube channel. I definitely would love to do that. Just send me a message or a DM, Stevie, and what your ideas are. And if it works out with, what I do and my brand and all that good stuff, that would be awesome. But thank you. Yeah, I know I've been off. I was off. For those of you that don't know, I had COVID for a couple weeks, survived it, still alive. Obviously, I'm fine. But it took a couple weeks to recover, me and my wife, and we're good. I'm fine. I'm back out reporting. I was in California, fully recovered. I'm pretty sure you guys saw the viral video on my Twitter or somewhere of Biden getting booed at the Long Beach City College upon his arrival to campaign for Newsom. Awesome, hilarious, funny. It was pretty crazy, but sometimes my schedule changes last minute. Sometimes my schedule, I report around the nation when the network sends me, whether it's on the West Coast, the East Coast, don't know. Sometimes things change. So I think we're going to try and push the show back a little further in the evening because I'm on the network 3 times a day on Real America's Voice. So if you guys want to see me throughout the day talking about news, commentating, go download the Real America's Voice app on Android, on iOS, or just go to americasvoice.news, I believe. Americasvoice.news, I believe. You'll find it. And you could watch me there 3 times a day. So it's better for my schedule to maybe do this show a little later. We'll see if it still gets the same traction and support. But thank you guys. We have a super sticker from Latin Patriot, a $2 super sticker. What is it? It looks a little...
I think it's a little superhero.
Oh, like a superhero. Like a cape. Oh, thank you so much, Latin Patriot. I truly appreciate it. Salute to you. Thank you for supporting us. We have another super chat. Or super sticker. Let me pull this up real quick. Alrighty. We have Julianne, a $2 super chat. Julianne, thank you. We salute you. Julie says, can you give 21st birthday shout out to my daughter, Bailey? Heart emoji. Bailey, happy 21st birthday. Salute to you. I guess you could say you're kind of like when I was told you're a real adult now because you could drink. If anyone's telling you that, maybe bad advice. Take it easy, but happy birthday to you. Happy 21st birthday. Stay safe. Do what's right. Stay on the right track. We're becoming more of adults when we enter our 20s and, life begins to kind of get a little more real. But at the same time, God is good. Shout out to Bailey and her 21st birthday. Everybody in the chat say happy birthday, Bailey. Shout out to you, 21st birthday, 21 years of age. Keep strong, Bailey. Keep doing what you're doing. Stay on the right path, Bailey. Awesome. There you go. Happy birthday to you, Bailey. We have another donation on PayPal. Like I said, you guys can donate on PayPal, Cash App, or Venmo, and write a message on the app. The link is in the description below. If you guys would like to do that. We have another $20 donation. $20 from LW Guru Music. $20 from LW Guru Music. I don't think I see a message on here. I'm trying to see if there is one. But shout out to Guru Music for the $20 donation on PayPal. Truly appreciate it. DH Alliance appreciates it. This show appreciates it, guys. Thank you guys very much for supporting us on this show and tuning in. For the next few days, we're going to try and do this show at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 10 p.m. Eastern. We're just going to give that a shot for the next few days. But we have another super chat from Stevie Capone, a $5 super chat. Which DM should I message? Do my Instagram, because now I'll be on the lookout for it. Twitter sometimes buries DMs. DM my Instagram, not Twitter. Cool. Thank you so much, Stevie. I truly appreciate it. I really do. Yes, so thank you guys very much. Like I said, we will be doing this show for the next few days around 7 p.m. At 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 10 p.m. Eastern. It's a little late. Also, remember, on Monday, I'm not traveling anywhere. On Monday, we're doing our mass panel. It's going to be me, Elijah Schaefer, Savannah Hernandez, Jorge Ventura, Barely Informed with Elad, Vince Dow, Kaylin from Scriber. We're all going to be on the same chat. We announced that last week. We're calling it the After Hours, the mass chat, It's not so much a panel. It's more of like a internet hangout. We're going to interact. It's going to be awesome. I think you guys are really going to like it. That's going to launch on Monday, next Monday. At the same time, we're just going to try and do everything at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard. That's 10 p.m. Eastern. Or you could watch the replay the next day, guys. Please do me a huge favor. Thank you guys for tuning in tonight. Share this video far and wide on all your socials. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell notification and toggle on the all selection. Sometimes YouTube will send you a notification when I go live. Sometimes they won't. But I love you guys very much. And until next time, America, I will see you guys, Lord willing, tomorrow night. You always know, America, stay free.